Okay, in this section here we're going to be going over literal equations. Literal equations. So let's work an example. How about D is equal to R times T? Now you should probably have recognized this. We're going to let's let something be something here. We'll say the distance is 40 miles. Okay, and we're going to say that you traveled 40 minutes. Whoops, didn't mean to write that. Okay, we'll say distance is 40 miles and time 2 hours. So let's say that you went 40 miles in 2 hours. What was your average rate? Okay, so R represents rate. What is your average rate? So let's plug it in over here. 40 is equal to R times T, which we need to put 2 here. Okay, and so we want to solve for R. Well, multiplying both sides by a half, we end up with R is equal, after simplifying this down, 20. Right? So what is 20? 20 miles per hour. 20 miles per hour. 20 miles per hour. So we went 20 miles per hour for 2 hours and we traveled a total of 40 miles. Pretty simple. Okay, so a literal equation uses letters to represent constants. Alright, uses letters to represent constants, and that's basically it. Let's take a look at this next problem. Let's say we have this equation. P is equal to 2L plus 2W. Can you recognize this? Okay. I'll draw a picture. How's that? Let's say that, now I don't know if this is going to be going to end up being, let's see here, let me look at my notes. I don't know, something like that. Okay, we're going to let this be L. Whoops. We're going to let this be L, and we'll let this side here be W. And yes, P stands for the perimeter of a rectangle. So let's say that the perimeter is 100 feet. So we'll say that P is equal to 100 feet. P is equal to 100 feet, and we'll say that L is equal to 20 feet. What is W? So W. That's the question. Alright. So we have an equation here, and it's using the letters to represent constants. So what we're going to do is we're just going to plug it in. Alright, so the perimeter is 100 feet. 2 times 20, that's our L, plus 2W. And we want to solve for W in this problem. Okay. So rewriting, we have 100 is equal to 40 plus 2W. Maybe I should probably discuss how we constructed that equation that represents the perimeter. We'll talk about that here in just a second. We're solving for W right now. Minus, where exactly does this equation come from? Outer space or what? So we're going to multiply both sides by a half to this equation, right? Multiply both sides by a half. What is that going to do? Well, that's going to cancel that guy out because 2 times a half is 1. So we're left with W, and a half of 60 is 30. So the width is equal to 30. So this is 30 here. Can I write that in there? And we said that this was 20. Okay. Right, so we have the perimeter, which I should have already talked about. I didn't do it. If you don't know, the perimeter is this distance all the way around. We're measuring the distance all the way around. Right? So we have 2 links. Here's 1. There's 2. Right? L plus L, which equals to 2L. And then a W. Right? That's the width. And there's 2 of them. Okay, and the whole thing added together is the perimeter. Alright, what about the area? What's the area? The area of this rectangle, well, that would just be L times W, right? So that would be 20 times 30. I'll let you work that out. Okay? Alright, I'll see you in the next video, and I promise these will get a little bit tougher.